Welcome to DCA's Empty Bowls is an international project to fight hunger. We think globally and act locally. So these bowls are on display until the end of the month, and they can be purchased for $20, and all the proceeds will go to local food pantries. We also have had Partner First Federal Credit be a sponsor for the event, and their donation goes towards the local food banks and food organizations that we are donating to during this exhibit. We have also decided to extend donations until the month of March. So if you are unable to get in and donate during February, please feel free to come in during the month of March and donate to Empty Bowls. Our main gallery exhibit is The Art of Photography by the Tidewater Camera Club. The Tidewater Camera Club has been the home of photographers on the Eastern Shore since Maryland since 1963. And it offers a wide variety of programs designed to meet members of where they are in their photography and support growth. We are lucky to have a member of us tonight, Chris Jewett, and he is actually our first place winner of the show. He is here to give us a few words about his piece.
Hello everyone. This piece was judged as first place, and it's an outdoor shot on the coastlines of the Eastern Shore of Virginia, along the waterways of the Eastern Shore of Virginia. I was out with a friend of mine, a young man, Mr. Jay Fleming, and a few other folks, and we were out taking pictures of wildlife and various maritime scenes. And this is one of the folks that was with us, had this boat, and we kind of parked it along the waterway there and took turns shooting it. Had a lot of fun with it because as I was zeroing in on what I thought was a pretty good shot, I noticed over my shoulder I started hearing the click of shutters, and it turned out to be Jay himself taking the picture of the same thing I was. And then he quickly turned around with his cell phone and took a couple of pictures and posted them on Instagram and Facebook. So he beat me to the punch, but that's okay. He needs the money, I just do it for fun. But at any rate, it's I think it's a very interesting scene, and it has a lot of color and atmosphere to it as far as the Eastern Shore waterway.
Thank you. So a few notes from the judge is that the photo was stunning in its composition and use of color. Just a note that our judged on technical ability, style, and emotion. A quote from the judge is, "A photo can be beautifully shot but have no emotion." So these are just a few things as we go over the winners and information about each piece. So one of our second photo that we come across is Approaching Darkness by John Ellsworth. He writes that this is from Land's End in San Francisco, and it looks towards the Pacific Ocean. And it's from the viewpoint of a vessel as it's approaching darkness. This is another photo by John Ellsworth. This is Waterman's Shack, aka Glimmer, and it's black and white with selective color. He says, "This is a form I use when I'm drawn to an element in a compelling way." He converts the image to black and white, but retains the color to which I am drawn. We now move on to Great Cypress Swamp, Delaware by Mark Nelson. By Roger Mackey, we have a photo from Greece. Roger Mackey states that he enjoys being outside in the natural world with its scenic wonder and its wildlife. He enjoys traveling, whether it's a day trip just a few miles from home or a family camping trip in a national or state park. Enjoys creating visual records, and he enjoys capturing the beauty and wonder of what I see in the trips and to present realistic interpretations of what I see. After that, we have Sharon Lee's Bridge Up. And I just want to make a quick note, because I finally skipped over it, is Roger Mackey's post won honorable mention, the third honorable mention of the night. And then we have Grasses and Sun by Trish. And we have David Blackman's Eye of the Flamingo. And this photograph is honorable mention number 2. This is Graham Slaughter's Orange You Glad. Ned Egan's Nailed It. Trish's Winter's Rose. David Bleckham's Lotus Awakens. We have another John Ellsworth's Way of Thinking. Mark Nelson's In Sagrada Familia. Ned Egan's Days Done. And Ways of Thinking is honorable mention number 1. So we continue down the hallway in this exhibit. We have Joe Soares' Sloth Creek Coyote. We have Sharon Lee's Waiting in the Reeds. We have Bill McDonald's On the Move. We have Trisha's I Feel Pretty. We had David Blackman's Autumn at Hickory Run. We have Roger Mackey's Mallards in Winter. And also his photo, Mallards. We have Claire's Crab Pots and Floats, taken in Taylor's Island. We have Jack Upchurch's Unrest. I'm going to go ahead and give you the triptych detail, then the individual. And Unrest won 3rd place in this exhibit. And it won 3rd place for its technical ability, style, and concept. And at the end of the hall, we have another photo by Chris titled Guitar and Metronome. Would you like to say a few words on this one?
This image is created by shooting completely in a darkened room using only a small flashlight and a couple other small lights to shine on the different aspects of the elements in each photograph, so to bring out the texture and the shadows and get the appropriate look of a still life and create a very painterly effect.
Wonderful. We have Broadway Strawberry by Jack Upchurch. As well as Orchid. And note the use of textured paper and a lift off the mat. And we also have Shell Number 9 by Chris, in a similar texture paper. Opening into the main gallery, we have the majority of the photographs. We start with this one, Venice at Dusk by Len. Len writes that he had always dreamed about traveling the world to experience different places. In his earlier 20s, he picked up a camera for the first time and discovered that he could document what he was experiencing visually through the camera's lens. During his corporate career, he found the ability to travel and photograph limited to vacations, and this only increased his appetite for travel. His travel and photography have evolved to be more focused on nature, with landscapes as a favorite destination and subject. We have Mary Hunt Miller's Verona. As well as the Grand Canal. We have Graham Slaughter's Cambridge Harbor. And Mary Hunt Miller's Portland Light. We have Len's Solitude. And his photograph, Awestruck. We have Janet Kerr's Blackwater Waterway, which is the second place photograph for this exhibit. Janet writes, "I find digital photography to be a creative endeavor. This art form lends itself to the experimentation of different concepts and techniques, both in camera and in the digital darkroom. This art form provides motivation to explore scenes ranging from the quietness of rural landscapes to the chaotic and diverse archetypes of cityscapes. On October morning, explorations along Blackwater's NWR Wildlife Drive resulted in the capture of Blackwater Waterway. The soft morning light, hint of fog in the distance, and stillness of the water and grasses all contribute to the peaceful scene and generated a sense of appreciation of this local natural resource. The judge appreciated its authority, personality, and mood." Again, this is the second place winner in the show. Now we come on Carol Ward's Dark Horse Over Tree. This was shot on Taylor's Island in Dorchester County on June 13th, 2002. We have Milky Way Moonrise, which was shot on the Over Sand Vehicle Beach, Assateague Island National Seashore on 9th of June, 2002. We have Bill McDonald's Sunrise at Great Marsh Park. We have Mark Nelson's Evening Blackwater. We have Ned Egan's One More Spot. We have Claire's 14 Miles to the Mainland. And Crab Shack's Tangier Island. And our last photograph of the exhibit is St. Thomas Church Hall by Carol Ward. And that was taken in Dorchester County on the 22nd of September, 2018. We also have 3 additional photographs in our window display, and you'll have to stop by DCA to check those out. Thank you for tuning in to February's virtual Second Saturday.